Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Shadowstriker. And I believe I should specify it's Legacy Evolution Cyberverse Shadowstriker, even though this is an odd amalgamation of designs. So what we have here seems to be a combination of the Cyberverse character Shadowstriker and the Universe character Shadowstriker, which don't really have very much to do with each other. This is, I believe, a pre-tool to what we'll see eventually, which might be a Legacy United car robots, or robots in disguise, however you want to call it, sideburn. Shadowstriker turns into some nondescript generic sports car, which does look pretty good. I'm hoping this means that there's retooling in the alt mode, because Sideburn very distinctively turns into like a Dodge Viper, which doesn't look very much like this. But Shadowstriker here does look pretty good. If we're looking some issues, and this is not a build quality issue, this is a design issue. We got, this gappage kind of between the windows and the rooftop and the side of the car. We have some gappage in the back here. This is just due to the parts forming nature of this transformation, which we'll show. We do have some lovely paint, some lovely blue like LED headlights, a little logo right here. Can I get that in focus? There we go. An exposed engine. Again, this part is very much like this front kind of, but not really, evokes the Cyberverse Shadowstriker. This engine here evokes the Universe Shadowstriker. The overall shape, I feel like, is more Cyberverse, same with the colors. The wheels are painted and picked out in red, and we have things pretty tightly tucked away in alt mode overall. She looks pretty dang good. She's got a 5mm port up here for her gun, and the gun looks cool enough. There's room for blast effects and all that stuff. There is a teeny tiny little port here, but peg here, but there isn't really a place to engage that peg anywhere, so you can just stick the weapon storage on the top. And she does, I'll say, she does look pretty good, but she feels a little on the small side. Here we have the Earthrise Prowl mode, kind of my generic default Autobot car. So we can see, lengthwise, she's a little on the short end. Widthwise, she's a little small. She does grow in robot mode, and she rolls just fine, but she's a little bit on the small side. But, nothing major to complain about. And yeah, like I said, I like this mode a lot, but my biggest complaint, and this is a minor nitpick, I don't think too many people care. Well, maybe people care. I'm a fan of the Cyberverse show, and so I wanted a super Cyberverse Shadowstriker. Shadowstriker was a really cool character in Cyberverse that never really got a good deluxe or warrior toy. I was hoping this would be it, and the fact that this is this hybrid design of references, this hybrid reference between the Cyberverse and the Universe line, is a little disappointing. I would have liked a dedicated mold just for the Cyberverse Shadowstriker. Transformation is pretty straightforward. Let's get right into it. Starting out, we'll obviously unplug the gun. We're going to come in, and I don't have fingernails, but we want to come in and unplug the bumper. It does parts form. Next, we can lift up, or we can totally unplug. This is obviously clear plastic. You want to be careful. The intention was to lift up the windshield like so. We can move the arms up and out of the way. We can see the head there. We can separate out the sides of the car like so on either side, which lets us swing. Actually, we're going to wait till the feet are done. The next thing we want to do is we want to unclip the hood of the car. And this is part that is the hardest part of this transformation. Going from car to from car to robot mode, it's easy. We're just kind of lifting and separating on either side. But come on, it's a super tight fit. And what I don't want to do is unnecessarily stress the plastic. Let's see if I can show it here. So what's happening is there's a tab right here, and you might be able to pick it up on camera. It looks a little bit deformed, and there's white stress marks in it. Same thing on this side, same sort of white stress marks. That's because it super tightly barely fits into a slot right there. And you can probably see hopefully it's picking up on camera, there's white stress marks here. Same thing on this side, right there. And that is causing, when I repeat the transformation, when I go the other way around, this really struggles to get on. You have to like pull back on this and get this forward and try and get it on there. And over time, it's going to wear out these tabs, which is really a little frustrating. It feels like these slots don't need to be as far forward as they are. I'm considering getting a file and just shaving these down to help with the clearance a little bit and not deform these tabs. But either way, we get this chest up, and it lets us come back here and unpeg the feet. The feet were pegged into tabs right here on either side, and they were pegged in on either side on tabs right here. They can come down, they can transform, and they're basically done. Then we can come in on the chest, fold it up, fold it down, and then we have, now that we have kind of the feet out of the way, we can come in and we can fold back these wheels. Those tab in nicely, and then this whole assembly comes down and accordions. There's a tab right there. We can, if we wanted to, there's a 5mm peg. This joint is a lot looser than the 5mm peg, but you can, if you wanted to, remove that, or again, you can leave that piece on the entire time for transformation. Let's move our camera up. And here is Shadowstriker in her robot mode. Again, these pieces come off, but this windshield could stay on the whole time. The bumper does not stay on the whole time. It can, come on. Get that peg out of there. So that can stay exactly where it is the whole time. The bumper has its own peg that it can stay on this side. And here we have the very like sideburn layout. There we go. And obviously sideburn, like, I don't think sideburn parts form, but sideburn's a big shell former. I will say, compared to the original Car Robots mold, this is a big improvement, and I'm looking forward to sideburn. But as Shadowstriker, she doesn't super evoke the design to me in robot mode. The head sculpt is super nice, and that is a pretty good Shadowstriker head sculpt. I like that a lot. That looks fantastic. But Shadowstriker's chest is different. She has kind of the car front on her chest. You can like kind of mimic it if you wanted to untab things a little bit. You could like bring things down and at least give her an angle chest. Oh yeah, you can fold. I totally forgot a step. Back during transformation, we can fold down this tab here. There we go. And you can kind of give her like an angled chest, but again, it's got like the engine block on it. And while it might like change up her silhouette a little bit, it still very much feels like the universe Shadowstriker. So I recognize this is like a complaint. It's like, oh, it looks like a different Shadowstriker than they're advertising it as, which is very true, except the color scheme is Cyberverse. I just wish we got like the Cyberverse Shadowstriker. I recognize that is my own like biases and tastes at play here. But if we take it just as a toy, I mean, aside from that tab thing, it's a pretty solid toy. She has a nicely emotive neck ball joint. I dig that. 360. Oh, actually, no, totally not 360. I forgot. Her shoulders don't really attach in, they attach behind, so she does not get the 360 here. She does have 360 on the bicep joint, and she does have extra articulation in this direction. She does have wrist articulation, which is nice. Elbow can go 90 degrees here, looking good. She can do the full Van Damme. She's got universal joints in her hips. If you move these out of the way, then she can go back all the way as well. She does have thigh swivel. She does have 90-degree knee bend. I do feel like it could have been deeper if this was a double jointed knee. It's not really clashing into the kibble, but that's okay. And she does have ankle tilts. So she is, you know, very dynamic and posable. She can get into some nice high kicks kind of thing. Her ankle joint is strong enough to keep her up. Come on. I will say she does have small feet, so you got to be like extra careful. There we go. But she can do that sort of thing. She looks sleek and ninja-like and, you know, like a spy the way you'd expect. But again, there's a teeny tiny Decepticon symbol there. She does have, you know, some nice paint, a little bit of purple metallic paint here, a little bit more blue in the torso kind of thing. The black and purple looks good. I'll say this, like, I'm going to keep Shadowstriker and she's going to be part of my collection. But if we get like a dedicated Cyberverse Shadowstriker mold, she's out. She's gone, and I'll replace her with the other version. But right now, I really want a Shadowstriker in my collection, so she is absolutely going to be part of it. And like I said earlier, despite her alt mode being small, she's not that small compared to a standard deluxe. She's a little on the short end, and Sideburn, when he comes out, will probably be a little on the short end, but it's not like a very big noticeable difference. It's the sort of thing where I like it for what it is. I'd recommend it as a solid toy, but agnostic of the design. If you were looking, like if you're a big Cyberverse fan and you want a Shadowstriker, this isn't the one for you. If you're looking for nostalgia for like the United or the Universe Shadowstriker, this isn't really that either. And it's not a Sideburn yet. So it's the sort of thing where, like, if you want to check out the mold, try and find it on sale. You know, if you can find it for $20, it's a great $20 toy. It's just not really representative of a character if that's what you're looking for in your collection. But that is it for today's video. Thanks everyone for watching. If you've stuck around to the end, please go check out our Extra Life page. We're raising money for Cincinnati Children's Hospital again. We've got some really cool prizes. We've got a Titan class Black Zarek in the prize pool. If we hit $1,000, we are adding a Victory Saber into the prize pool. If we hit $2,000, we're adding a Death Saurus into the prize pool. So please go check them out, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye!